Can you even begin to fathom the unimaginable trauma a child like him endures? Picture the sheer terror of hiding under bushes, hearing the deafening buzz of bullets ripping through the air above his head, while bodies fall all around him. And no, this isn't a far-off war zone in Iraq, Syria or Ukraine. This is Pakistan, a place where over 100 innocent members of the Shia minority were slaughtered in cold blood. This is a nightmare happening in real time. The situation in Kurram district in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province is absolutely heart-wrenching and unbearably tense. Sectarian violence is spiraling out of control, and the entire region is bracing for even more bloodshed. The Zainebiyoun Brigade, a proscribed Shia group, has vowed vengeance for the brutal killing of 43 Shia Muslims on Thursday, leaving the entire community gripped by fear and rage. Since that massacre, violence has erupted across the country, claiming the lives of over 100 people. Protesters, enraged by the senseless deaths, have turned their fury on anything in sight, attacking passenger vehicles, ambulances and even police vehicles. In the wake of the killings, the Shia-dominated areas have descended into chaos, with markets and schools shut down, and violent protests shaking the streets. 2 security checkpoints have already been set on fire, and roads are blocked with stones and burning tires as people demand justice. The message is clear: if their cries are ignored, they will be forced to turn to international bodies like human rights organizations and the United Nations for help. My dear friends, this is not just a localized tragedy. It's a crisis that affects the very fabric of Pakistan's society. Shia Muslims, who make up 15% of the country's 240 million people, have long been caught in the crossfire of sectarian violence with the Sunni majority. And while no group has claimed responsibility for the attack on Thursday, but I have a feeling it's probably the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, the TTP. They are known for targeting Shia Muslims.
The fire had been lit by the Wahhabi extremists long time ago. The day of Ashura in Pakistan, in a city known as Khyber, where the Shias had gathered in the Imambara for the Azan of Sayyid al-Shuhada on that day. They closed the door from outside, locked it, and put the whole Imambara on fire. And about 118 Shias in 1963 died because of that fire, lit by the Wahhabi, Deobandi extremists. Today it's Shias, tomorrow it will be the Sufis and other Sunnis who don't agree with the Wahhabi mentality.
It's not just the Wahhabi and Salafis out there. Their ideology has infected many Sunnis, many Deobandis and other Sunni denominations of Pakistan. The seeds of this extremism were sown during the Soviet-Afghan War, when the Saudis, along with the Americans, funded countless of madrasas, Islamic schools, inside Pakistan. The purpose back then was clear: to mobilize radicalized forces against the Soviet occupation. But once the Soviets pulled out, the problem didn't just vanish. It festered and grew, embedding itself into the very fabric of Pakistani society. For many, this brand of Islam became the norm. An Islam distorted to its extreme, where hate and violence towards minorities, be it Christian, Shia Muslims, or even Ahmadis, became not only acceptable, but expected. My dear friends, I'll have to announce this. What's happening in Pakistan is terrible, and the current violence against minorities just confirms the idea of Pakistan has failed. Pakistan is a failed state. The economy is crumbling. The country is perpetually going to the International Monetary Fund, and for many minorities, life in Pakistan has become a literal hell on earth. Just looking at all of this, it's not hard to see where this is heading. The future is bleak, and the hope for a peaceful, pluralistic society is slipping further away with each passing day. It's a painful reality that many are forced to live in, and tragically, there seems to be no end in sight. Thanks for listening to the Independent Islamic Republic.